Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So this is season 35 war 4, and so far New Nation has had a fairly disastrous season. We are 1-2, so we lost 2 of our first 3 wars. All 3 of the wars were fairly messy. And let's see how we get along this time. So yet again, I am on part 9 in section 1 and section 2. And this time around, I am also dealing with Penny Parker on that power snack middle mini node. So we're going to start off first against a Void, as we always do here. And Void is kind of like a fairly common placement here, because the fight can go very wrong very quickly. And thanks to that Schadenfreude, a huge Fury, you're going to take a ton of damage if you're going to happen to have any debuffs on you. But CGR can make this fight fairly trivial. And with that, we can see that I'm boosting up with as big as I can. That is the biggest set of boosts that I currently have. Then I'm using 150% Cosmic boost and the 12% special attack boost as well for Cosmic Champions. I'm going to be using the 15% heal boost as well, just because why not, in order to save myself a bit of health possibly. And for this fight, I do have a specific mastery setup, which is basically no liquid courage but double edge and recoil active, because obviously CGR is bleed immune, so I can afford myself that attack bonus. And here the strategy is always pretty simple: parry heavy, then parry, finish a combo with a light. That leaves Void just before a bar of power. Go and finish a combo with a medium, drop your level 2, and that will give you back enough power that you are pushed to level 3, and with that level 3 you basically immediately launch it and finish off the fight. Now, if there is a rank 4 Void here, then you do need 200% Cosmic Power back boost. I'm quite sure. I wouldn't want to risk it with 150% one. But against a rank 3 Void such as this, that was fairly easy. Now, this fight is a very, very good placement. It's a very tricky fight here with CGR. Because of that node that we saw, insult to injury, where for each debuff that's placed on me, my ability accuracy is reduced by 15%. And as we are going to see, basically, I don't have a parry this entire fight. And I suspected, well, knew it's going to happen in a way based on the sig level of this null. So there I squeezed in my heavy attack. Now I am going to finish a combo with the light. However, obviously we have the indestructible there, and the incinerate phase has expired. So now I need to wait out the poison phase where I do get cornered. And because of that, I'm going to eat a couple of heavies here. So that's obviously absolutely fantastic. And at this point, I'm thinking what would be the better thing to do. But here, luckily, after the special attack, I do get to throw full combo, which is going to put me to the needed amount of judgments. I get to drop my level 2, and immediately I'm going to drop my level 3, and that is going to put this fight to an end. Now, this is definitely an annoying placement, so 100% props to that. And it did take for me to kind of stay composed, look for my opportunity, and then as soon as I drop that level 2, level 2 immediately into level 3, and the fight is over. But it can go very wrong very quickly. If Null would have hit harder, if he had higher crit rate, who knows how that would have turned out. Next up, I'm up against this Penny Parker on the power snack and backup recovery. I'm going to be using Magneto. I'm going to be using I thought about using an indestructible 3 boost, but I went for power start 1 in order to be able to get my level 3 quicker, which I actually kind of regretted in the midway point of the fight. So the point is, yes, sometimes my prowess will be eaten up by power snack, but it's not the biggest deal. We're just going to still carry on to our game plan, parry, heavy, boost up our prowess count, take all the special attacks in the block. I could have punished that with a heavy attack as well, but I just decided to be kind of like safe and somewhat reserved. Now at this point I'm at 19 prowess, nearly to a level 3, and we can see that Penny is quite close to 3 bars of power. So I don't really want to throw another heavy attack, and I need to hope that she's going to use a level 2, which she does now, finally. So I do dex this one, punish that with my heavy attack. Now I'm at 3 bars of power, but I only have 6 prowess, so I do need to kind of double up a couple of times. Now that I'm at 27 prowess, I decided it is going to be enough. I probably could have charged them one more time, but again, didn't want to risk her shooting level 1 at me. Drop my level 3. She's not quite dead. Backup recovery ought to have triggered, but seems that Magneto stopped it. But obviously with all the bleeds, everything else, the fight goes perfectly fine. Now, I did have to wait very, very long time till I got to do my Section 2 fights, but, you know, that's perfectly fine. So obviously we have to reboost again, and all that is part of the business. And I'm going to be taking on this rank 4 Dr. Doom here with my Havoc. Now, this time I do not have Magneto House of X, which effectively lets me completely ignore the one-eyed open node. And this is a rank 4 as well. So I did change my mastery setup specifically for this fight yet again. And I maxed out inequity and a few other things just to kind of help me resonate as well, actually. And the plan here is simple. That is basically to strike Dr. Doom only whilst he has the lightning phase on the hazard shift. Whilst the bleed phase is active, it's time for me to bait out special attacks and hit his block in order not to get cornered. And then basically rinse repeat. Now we can see that Dr. Doom is already only at 69% health, which is wonderful. Now I'm baiting out the heavy attack. Gonna go in with a full combo again, get 3 shocks on me. Sweet. We still have the lightning phase active. I'm gonna manage to squeeze in another combo. I have like 7 shocks on me, so he's really kind of blowing up there from all of the plasma detonates. And last 18%, so one more time I'm gonna wait out for the bleed phase to end, hitting his block, and it actually conveniently places, well, pushes him past the bar of power. So immediately after level 1 I can go in and punish, and at this point he's just getting detonated down to death. If anything, I still had my level 3 that I could have used. And this time around, again, I do need to go up against the rank 4 bishop. And this fight turns out to be quite savage. And spoiler alert, I do die here for the first time in the season. Well, first things first, you can see that this fight took forever to load. It took like about a minute to load up the fight to begin with, which obviously gave me almost a heart attack. But at the time this fight loaded, soon thereafter, well, there are going to be a couple of things that don't go to plan, because this is a rank 4 bishop, and obviously he does have quite massive energy resistance. I've done bishop on this node with CGR a whole bunch of times and never really have much problem. I still have I have a new cosmic power boost active, and you know, special attack boost, and here I go for my level 2, and we can see that I really don't get much power back. I'm only at 1+ bars of power, and he's at 30 prowess. So I'm kind of worried, obviously, and do need to wait out this phase here, and somewhere along this place in the fight, my girlfriend walks in a room, sees me on my serious game face, asked me what I'm doing, and when I didn't reply, she found that extremely funny. And she obviously got my attention at a point. I thought I did Dex. And the funny thing is, had this first hit not connected, I would have been fine, because I had the indestructible 3 boost. And there would be very little damage. I think I would have survived, even if I attempted a partial Dex, which unfortunately didn't happen. And this is my death. Now, the first thing, obviously, problem in this fight is that I didn't get back enough power. The second thing is that I was stressed on the loading time. And then, obviously, on top of it all, I had my lovely better half walk in, find me in a serious mode, figure that it's funny to mess with me, and that is the end result. Oh well, however, on the bright side, New Nation was having an awful war as is. So, this death didn't change anything really, it just changed for my personal, you know, stats for the first death of the season. So luckily Bishop wasn't at 3 bars of power, so here for this fight I heal up plenty, I do take that level 2 in a block, I'm not gonna risk it. Then I go in and just drop my level 2, which still didn't finish that bastard. This was one tanky dude. And well, finally I did finish up the fight. So unfortunately I did die. I didn't take the screenshot, but Black played exceedingly well. I believe there were like 2 deaths at a point when we were like 6 before I died. So with my death, it should have been like 7, and that was very close to the end. So NEWN definitely has the worst season in a very, very long time. So we're going to be 1 for 3. So we have 1 war win and 3 losses, and this is an awful season for us. On the bright side, however, Alliance War season rewards are kind of meh anyways. Like, quite literally, you get more for exploring this month's Cavi queue than you get for placing in Masters. So, at the very least, you know, I don't feel like we're going to be missing out a load of resources this season, even if we don't, you know, place well. But who knows how the season is going to end. We definitely do need to improve our game, play better. But it just doesn't seem to be happening this season. But yeah, that is it. So I got KO'd as well by the Bastardo Bishop. That's a rank 4 Bishop. That is quite scary, dude. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys soon. See ya.
Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about